No, this is a video that I've been wanting to make since I bought this bike. Since I made my first ride home on the new S1000, there's so many little things that I ran into that I was like, dang, that is really cool. Because for myself, this is easily the most expensive bike I've ever bought. I've never owned a BMW before. I've only owned, my first bike was a Suzuki, then I had my Yamaha R6. Since then, I've only owned Hondas and Yamahas. There's just a lot of cool features that this bike has that you don't typically see on the more mainstream Big Four sport bikes. And so I thought I'd go through some of my favorite features on this bike, and there's a ton to like on this bike. This is by no means a complete list of things that I like on this bike, and this is also not going to be about some of the big gigantic features that everybody knows about this bike, like the Shiftcam technology, the incredible power, a lot of the electronics that you see on here. Bro over here trying to make a stupid move. This is going to go into some of the more nitty-gritty features on this bike that you may not initially know about, but are really welcome surprises if you've never ridden a bike like this before.
Today's video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. For those of you who don't know, Raid Shadow Legends is a brand new collection RPG game that's taken the mobile game landscape by storm. Almost 10 million players have already downloaded the game in just 3 months. There's really something for everyone in this game, whether it be collecting champions, the strategic gameplay, huge boss fights, or just enjoying the amazing storyline and dope graphics. As for me, I'm all about unlocking new skills and abilities for new champions and leveling them up. Like this guy, the Seeker. He's got a freaking life-stealing sword in divine speed. What? And there's over 400 more of these guys to collect and customize. It's free to play and you can enjoy PvP in the arena, PvE in the dungeons, and cool huge boss fights. And don't just take my word for it, the game's got an almost perfect rating on nearly 200,000 reviews. It's growing super fast and the highly anticipated update is now live. It's got a new awesome loyalty and reward program for new players. You can get a new daily login reward for the first 90 days. So guys, don't wait, go down to the description, click on my special link, and you'll instantly get 50,000 silver and a free epic champion as part of the new player program. Oh, and you can find me in the game under the name Motonosity, and you can join my clan, Nosity Clan. Huge thanks to all of you that support the sponsors on the channel so we can do some sweet stuff with the bikes. And speaking of which, let's go back on it.
Since I've stopped, this is an easy time to show you this. My first favorite feature is what most people call the Wonder Wheel, and that is this control wheel on the left side. I thought this was going to be a gimmick. I thought it was going to be kind of like that new knob that they introduced in, like, I don't know, 2006 or 2008 or whatever on BMW cars, and everybody hates it. This is the most intuitive menu control system on a motorcycle that I've used, which is crazy because this is one of the most, well, for me, it's the most complex menu system that I've ever had on a bike, and this makes it so easy. You have a little menu button right here, and then this controls everything else. It even tilts back and forth so you can control directions on where you go in the menu. So this is the main dash that you'll have when you start up the bike for the first time. But if I just go ahead and click down on this menu button, this will take me into this, and then I can start cycling through this with the Wonder Wheel by just clicking back and forth. I click my thumb to go right, I click my index finger to go left, and then you can just click down on this little menu button to go into different things, and then I can use the Wonder Wheel and start cycling through different screens here as well, so I can see different forms of the gauge cluster. If you don't like the standard one, this is my favorite one. It shows a lot more info and it looks freaking futuristic. I love it. And then if you want to go back up here to the main screen, you just click up there again, it brings you back to the standard one. If we go all the way over here to the settings and go down, you can also use the Wonder Wheel to just cycle through all of these things. Nope, don't cancel. Do not want to reset all. And then I just click back on it and takes me back, and we're all good to go. Go back here to the main screen. Again, I thought it was going to be horrible and terrible to use, but it's so intuitive. So that's feature number one, and that also brings me into feature number two, because it has to do with this dash. Again, this dash could be like a feature in itself, but so many bikes these days have really nice screens that I didn't really want to have that be one of my features that I talked about. but everything else within it, definitely. So the second thing is the bike info that you get on here. So if I use the Wonder Wheel, and again, I can use this thing, I'm not like condoning this, but it's so stupid easy to use that you can cycle through stuff without even paying attention while you're riding. So you don't even have to worry about, you know, trying to figure out working your way through a menu when you're trying to focus on riding. But if I just click down here to get me into this list of stuff, and I go over here all the way to the left side, again, I'm not even looking at the screen right now, and I click down, perfect. So this takes me into the My Vehicle screen, which shows you all this info that typically you don't always see on every bike. And if you do, it's not as easy to see everything at once. I got my oil temperature, I got my TPMS. Anyways, I can easily see the tire pressure front and rear right here. I can see my voltage on my battery. I can see the estimated range, which is really nice. I haven't had a motorcycle, I guess maybe the R3. I think okay, so the MT-09 also has it, where it has bars. My R6 doesn't have it, my old R1 didn't have it. I hadn't had another bike that had bars for a fuel gauge. This has freaking estimated range. So we're doing extra well from the start. Again, use the Wonder Wheel, go over, you can see even more info. You can see the average speeds, and this is for one trip. You can, you know, trip this out and have different things and show you average speed, average fuel consumption, the current mileage on the trip, your total mileage on the bike. You can see the journey time. There's so much. We have a dedicated tire pressure screen, which will show you the spec pressure and where you are in relation to that. So that's feature number 2. Feature number 3. And I gotta pull over for this one. I probably should have pulled over in that gas station. Red light. Number 3 on my favorite features on this bike. And this is going to be a little weird one. This is one of my not favorite features, and that's the fact that it's like nearly impossible to get this thing to go into neutral. Feature number 3 is the rear fender. Like I said, probably a little weird to some of you guys, but this is probably the nicest looking stock fender that I've ever seen on a sport bike. It's clean. It looks actually like well designed. It doesn't look like complete crap. It's small. It integrates really nice turn signals on the rear, and it doesn't look bad. Like, yes, I want to get rid of it and replace it with something better. There's not really any rear brake light options right now that I know of, but that doesn't bother me because it looks pretty darn good right now. Kudos, BMW. It's not something that everyone needs to get rid of right away. Like, that's definitely on my list of first mods to do on a motorcycle, and it's not at the top of my list on this bike. Feature number 4. Go back here to the main screen or main menu and go over here. Navigation. Now this is awesome. Again, it's not as perfectly integrated as I wish it was, but it's still pretty good. I can go down here, go to new destination, and let's go freaking points of interest. Sure. Current location. Let's go to eat and drink. What do we have nearby? Maybe we want to go to a restaurant. What are we gonna find here? Azul Tequila, one of my favorite Mexican restaurants in Austin. Start route guidance. And the cool thing is, if I go down here, go into settings, route criteria, and route type, you can either check fast, so that's going to be the fastest route. You can pick the shortest route, or you can have it do a winding route. So you can try to take the best roads on the way to wherever you're going. Pretty cool. And then it'll just show up on the screen. And the cool thing is, you can go back to your regular, whatever screen you want. If you want to go back to the main screen, you can go right there. It will automatically pop up navigation when you have a turn or something coming up. So you don't have to stay, see Mesa Drive, okay, it wants me to turn here. I don't have to stay on the navigation screen in order to get directions. The thing that I dislike is that it's not using Google Maps. You can't choose whatever mapping app you want to use, so I can't choose Waze. You have to download the BMW Motorrad app or whatever it is, and that's how you get the navigation and everything. So that kind of sucks. I really like using Waze. But for something where you don't have to have your phone set up on a mount, you don't have to worry about not being able to see directions and just hearing it in your ear, it's all very well integrated with the screen system, so it makes it super easy to use. All right, now let's get into the home stretch. Features on this bike. The next one is auto blipping downshifts. Clutchless downshifts, guys. A lot of bikes these days, a lot of sport bikes. Come on, come on. A lot of the bikes these days have a quick shifter on them, which is awesome. I love a quick shifter. It's very nice. It makes shifting so smooth, and it's just freaking enjoyable. But not too many sport bikes, other than, you know, the German and the Italian bikes, have auto blipping downshifts. So you don't have to use your clutch, you just roll off the throttle completely, downshift, and it'll put you down a gear and auto blip the throttle to match the shifts. All right, I'm off the throttle, downshift, downshift, so smooth, effortless. All right, off the throttle. I love it. So nice. Can't downshift here because I'm still in first gear. That was really fast. Next point on the list is cruise control. I've never had a bike that had cruise control, and the first bike that I get that has cruise control is a freaking race bike. All I got to do, slide this here, set, and you can see right here 43 miles per hour. By the way, I'll add this into the features of like maps or whatever. If you integrate with your phone with the app, it'll show you the speed limit wherever you are. It always displays the speed limit right here. Pretty awesome, right? Look at this, not touching, and it's holding 43 miles per hour. Perfect traveling bike, and it's a race bike. Let's get up on the highway and so we can do it at a little bit higher of a speed. Auto blipping downshift. Auto blipping downshift. I love this thing. Alright, let's get up to average cruising speed. Alright, we'll just set it at 75. I already got it slid over, so all I got to do is hit the set button, and there we go. I can take my hand off the throttle, stretch it out, relax. Don't have to worry about this thing cramping up while I keep it on the throttle for an entire trip. There, I can cruise on the highway. It's a little windy today, but cruise on the highway, no hands, without losing speed. Last point on the list, and my #1 favorite feature: auto canceling turn signals, baby. We got them, and they're magical. Now, the way it works on this bike, it is not just a timer. Turn on my turn signal, switch lanes, and off. I don't know how it does it. I really don't, because sometimes I feel like it's just on a timer, which is fairly primitive, but still welcome. And other times, it legitimately feels like it's sensing how the bike is leaning and turning, and that's how it gauges whether to turn off the turn signal or not. So I turn it on, I'm riding as upright as I can, and it's just blinking, 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 still blinking, still blinking. All right, we're gonna make a lane change, and now it's off. All right, we'll make a quicker lane change this time. Turn signal is on, moving over, and off. I don't know. It's magic. I don't get it. Left turn signal on. The people behind me are probably like, what the heck is he doing? Switch lanes, off. Wasn't touching the handlebars at all. It's my #1 favorite feature on this bike. Take your dynamic damping control, take your shift cam, take your 200 horsepower, take your carbon fiber wheels, take it all. All I want is my auto canceling turn signals. I'm just kidding. All that other stuff is amazing. That's why I like this bike so much. It's all the freaking little things. It's like, yes, you get all this awesome stuff, and of course you're paying a lot for it, but you don't feel like you're getting shortchanged on what you're getting, because it has so much extra just like sprinkled all over the place. So those are my favorite features on the 2020 BMW S1000RR. I have the M package, so some of the things, I have the Select and the M package, so some of the things on here, I know the TPMS stuff is part of a package, but can't guarantee that all of these things are on every single one of them. I have to take a look, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you guys get notified of all my videos and all the future videos coming out for this bike. If you want to get any of my merch, you can get it at motonosity.com/shop. You guys have been absolutely awesome. I've been Motonosity. Remember, life's better with horsepower. Keep life lived, and I will see you guys in the next video.